Hey guys, it's Chelsea, and today I'm wearing an I Love New York shirt. I have never been to New York. My sister went there with her boyfriend's family. They grew up in Rochester, and of course they went to the city and everything as well, and she brought me back an ugly t-shirt, so thanks. Um, anyway, I wanted to make this sort of vlog type video while I was just kind of laying in bed. Because I've really been wanting to film a lot lately, but it just sucks because I'm working so much and trying to finish up school, and it's just like I just have so much going on, and I'm definitely going to be able to film here soon, but it's like I feel like after all of this craziness and I have like a bunch of free time to make videos, I feel like I'm not going to be like motivated enough, and like right now I'm like so motivated. I have all these topics I want to talk about and everything, but anyway, we will just make videos as we find time. But anyway, today I wanted to talk about my depression once again. I think it is important for me to make these videos in order to, like, if just one person sees my videos and can relate to it and learn from it and feel better about their situation through it, then my whole purpose of making the video has been achieved. You know, everything I went through, where it's the time that I sat down to film, was all worth it because I was able to help someone else. My depression, I made my first video talking about it, and I think since I've made one or two updates, I can't remember, and then this will be one of the final ones, hopefully. My depression was the worst time of my life, okay? I literally felt like I was in a hole, and if you'd like to know, I'm going to discuss a little bit through this, you know, what went on, but if you want like the full story of how I went into depression, you could watch that original video, which is very hard for me to watch now because it just makes me so sad, because it's weird looking back on that. It feels like it was another person, but I know it was me, and I know how much it sucked, and it was just terrible. And anyway, so the whole religion, death, everything like that really got to me and sent me into a deep, dark, emotionless, terrible depression. I felt like I couldn't even laugh. I felt like there was like two sides to my emotion, and one was the one I was portraying to people of me being like, hi, how you doing? But on the inside, where emotions like really count, I just felt nothing. Like, if someone told a joke, on the outside, I'd be like, and then the inside, I'd be like, just nothing. Like, blank slate. I felt like, it was weird. Like, I felt separated, and it was just the weirdest thing. Took control, and now I am doing really well. I just wanted to make this vlog to tell people that depression is one of those things that is so inevitable in today's society because of tons of different reasons. You know, body image, there's so many different reasons why people go into depression, and I feel like in today's society it is pretty inevitable with all of the challenges we face with just ourselves. There's a lot of challenges that have been faced throughout time between people to people, but the one that hurts the most is when you have an inner challenge or a challenge within yourself, or there's something within yourself or about yourself that sends you into depression, because sometimes there's just nothing you can do about the whatever is sending you into depression. And anyway, and it's definitely, you know, that whole self issues and whatnot is a very big thing going on right now in 2015. And you know, depression is an all-time high, and it's an awful place. I was probably depressed for about a month, so it was nowhere near, God, I was in a psych class and I don't remember what is it, severe depression or anything like that. I would never say I have that. That is for very, very mentally sick people, and not sick in the bad way, sick in these people need help, because that is such an awful place to be in that amount of time. And when I was depressed for about a month, it was the worst time of my freaking life, okay? Like, I had a boyfriend. I'm gonna cry. Like, I had a boyfriend and my family, and I just felt so disconnected from everyone. And I talked about it so much with people. Like, I only talked about it with like one friend, two friends actually, my boyfriend and my family. but none of them, like, I gave them such the lighthearted, not so terrible version, but the real version and the version that really hurt was what I was dealing with, like the real, like what I was actually dealing with on a daily basis, like literally crying myself to sleep every night, having panic attacks throughout the day. The only thing I could think about was death. The only thing I could think about was losing my family. It was terrible. It was awful. I couldn't even imagine dealing with that longer than I did, because the month long was enough. It was too much. A day, an hour of being depressed is too much. It is so terrible. And anyway, so I just want to say that although I have my relapses, even though I'm not sure if that term applies, well, I guess relapse, whatever. I don't care if it doesn't apply. You guys understand what I'm saying. I have my relapse moments, I guess you could say, where I get back to that place, but they're only for a couple minutes. And that is such a big thing for me. That is such a big accomplishment, because it really hasn't been that long. This was all going down in March, April area. And it is now July, and I consider myself completely cured, I guess you could say, from depression. I had to do a lot of looking at myself. I had to do a lot of saying that it's okay, that I don't know why humans are here. I don't really believe in religion. I don't know if there's an afterlife. I don't know if I'll ever get to see, when people pass away. I don't know if I'll ever get to see, hear, or be, if death could be just it. That's just the way it is. I may never find peace with that, but that is okay. And that word has literally gotten me through everything. It's just telling myself that it's okay. And that is such a hard thing, because as a human, I want answers. I want to go to someone who's well educated and ask them, why are we here? Who put us here? Blah, blah, blah. Is religion real? Is it not? No one can answer that for me. And as much as people want to try and influence you, as far as that question is concerned, I have come to the place where you are the only person that can answer that for yourself. And, anyway, so I have just done a lot of self-search and a lot of telling myself it's okay. I have had my moments. Recently I've had a lot of moments which kind of inspired me to make this video, where, especially at night for some reason, just not being able to sleep, and like before I'm about to go to sleep, just thinking, what if I die? And that freaking thing gets in my head, and then I'm just like having a panic attack. But it just, telling myself it's okay, understanding that it's inevitable, understanding that I am 19 years old and I have a long life ahead of me to figure out what makes me happy as far as that subject is concerned, whether it's religion, whether it's spirituality, whether it's just being okay that there's nothing. And I am so much better. And what I want to say, if anyone is watching this and cannot relate to this specific situation but are depressed for other reasons, get help, talk to people, change whatever could be affecting it physically or emotionally, like hormones, different things like that. Maybe your hormones are out of whack, get those in check, see a doctor, and then just look at yourself in a mirror and let yourself know that everything's going to be okay. And that life, there was literally a point where I was so scared of death, but I wanted to die so I didn't have to keep thinking about it, if that makes any sense at all. I always told myself that I was depressed, but that I didn't, like I told my family and stuff, they didn't need to worry about me committing suicide, because obviously that's the reason for my depression and sort of anxiety with the situation. So don't worry about that, because I'm so scared of it. But there was actually a point, and I really haven't even told anyone about this, and it doesn't mean I was suicidal. Like, at no point did I ever really consider doing it. It was just kind of like a thought. But I did somewhat tell myself that what if I died right now? I wouldn't have to keep thinking about this. I wouldn't have to keep looking at my boyfriend, my friends, my family, and be so inauthentic to them about the conversations we're having. And, like, all I wanted to talk about was the fact that I'm so scared of death and that I'm just so, like, having so much anxiety while this person's talking to me about their day. Like, that's all I wanted to talk about, and I couldn't. And because that would make me crazy. I would just want to talk about death and thinking about death all the time, which I was. And, just looking at myself and just telling myself that it was going to be okay helped me a lot. And that in this world, there are things that are uncontrollable, and there are answers that you will never find the answer to. At least living. Or there's questions you'll never find the answers to. And that's okay. And whether those questions are answered after death, or they're never answered at all, or whatever, it is important that everyone knows how precious this life is, and for whatever reason that you're going through depression, understand that being alive is such a rare thing, rare and beautiful, and that in this world it is taken for granted a lot, and to just know that if you have no one else in the world, you have me. I would, if I don't know all of you or whoever's going to watch this video, but just know that I'm there for you in spirit, and that I want you to get better and stay on this planet and live your life and have a great life. And yeah, so hopefully this will be the last of my depression videos. If I do get any questions or anything like that, of course I will come on and make another video, but because I'm at such a good place with it, it really wouldn't be necessary for me to keep making update videos. Anyway, so I will see you guys next time here on Life of Chelsey. I do want to apologize for those who did not like this content on my channel, but I do not care. You can unsubscribe. That is perfectly okay. This is probably going to be one of the last videos, but I'm just saying that this is my channel and this is what I want to put on there. No, it's not like all I talk about is depression, but I want to make the one video for the one person or the few people that could see it and not feel so alone in it. But anyway, so I will see you guys next time here on Life of Chelsey, and I love you guys, and bye-bye.